Hey everyone, welcome to this month's Pulse on Productivity. Today we have Lior Isaac and myself, Carol Dan Hartog. And today we have a special episode. We are going to dedicate the entire show to talking about Zoho Mail. It is a great application that will boost productivity, but is heavily underutilized because a lot of people don't know all of the features that's included there. So we're going to go over that today.
About a year ago, I was in a Zoho conference, and they were talking about the best-selling applications, and Zoho Mail was number one. And that made me think, like, what? Zoho Mail? Seriously? No, it's not real. The company just dove into the applications. We checked what's going on, and we saw that it's really, really good. And during 2024, we just killed Gmail. We just went to companies that's using Gmail, and we just killed them. We just took them and converted to Zoho Mail.
Mm-hmm.
And we thought about why not share with everybody what we found, why Zoho Mail is so good. And that's today's show.
All right, let's jump in. So the first thing that we have are the icons on the left-hand side. So these are going to take you to different places very quickly. So of course we have our mail, which is what we're on right now. We have our calendar. So if you click there, it'll pull up your Zoho calendar and you'll be able to see all the events. We also have to do. So this is going to be for task management. It mimics Trello, which I really love because I always enjoyed using Trello. And you can create new boards and new lists here. You have shared with me, so you can share a board with someone else and you can collaborate with them and you can mention them on a specific task if you would like.
And for me, as an example, when I'm in meetings, I have multiple screens. One screen will be the to-do. If you just type in the task, you can just type, click enter, you have a task. So it's super easy. So when the client will say, can you do 1, 2, 3 for me? I'm just writing it as is, talking to me, I click enter and I'm with him. So I'm not really wasting time taking notes and after the meeting, taking the notes and producing tasks. If in case after the meeting I need to delegate a task, I will just change the ownership from me to someone else. Also, I can have a task board that is shared with my assistant or other people that they will take action and I can see the progress. So there are lots of goodies. Also, whenever you have a task here, you can also move it. So for Carol, for example, it's delayed today, this week, next week, and so on. You can also have open, closed, in progress. So you can play with the labels to anything that you want. The unified view will show you all the tasks across all the Zoho applications. So it's a very, very useful type of task management system. On the left side, you will also have notes in case that you like to capture notes during meetings. Also super useful because you can have a note for a client or note for a project. Very useful. The bookmarks will be the same bookmarks that you will have in your browser. So right now we have, I think ABR is one of them, but you can add as many as you want. We have employees, for example, that's working on AI project, and then they will have a bookmark of AI, and inside of it, they will have all the different links. And the resource, I've never figured out what is the resource, so I'm not even trying to explain it. But just one more thing to summarize it. On the left side, you can see all those icons. What I like about it, which I was missing in Gmail, every time I'm clicking on something, another screen opens, another tab. In this case, everything is in one place. Which for me, with my ADHD, I can't see so many things floating and changing. So this is very nice for me for productivity.
And if we go back to the mail, we have a lot of cool features here too. So let's start with our folders. So we can have a hierarchy of folders here. If you click on the plus button, you can create a new folder. So let's say, let's do fires. So if you have a project that something bad is happening with, you can have all of the emails under fires so that you know what's going on there. And then you can nest it under another folder. So let's say I want it under my demo folder, and then I save that. And now it's going to be a subfolder under here.
If, for example, I will have a folder for, as Carol said, will be clients that are right now with at temperature. I can have the same folder shared with my COO or people that can take action when there is a bad temperature. And whenever an email is coming in, it's not supposed to wait for me whenever I have time to deal with them, because I'm in meetings all day. I don't have time to deal with too many things. But there is a good chance that some other people that are shared on this folder will have time. And then they will see the same time as me, and they will take action. And sharing folders in Zoho is really, really easy. So it's making things much simpler.
So we also have, so if we were to click on an email, so sometimes you need to take action on your emails, right? Someone will email you something and ask you to do something. It's not just as simple as reading the email or responding to it. So up here, we have a few options. So we can set a reminder here. And you can put here if you want it as a notification or a mail. So it can remind you to do something, or we can add it as a task to our calendar or to our notes. So if we click add task, then it'll create a task. I can change who it's assigned to. I can have a start date, a due date, and then you can even create subtask here under it so that you will remember to do that. And then if you add it to your calendar, this is really cool because it'll put it as an event on your calendar so that you can click on it and it'll bring you directly here to this email.
Also, by the way, you can drag and drop emails to folders. So let's say that you can take one of those, let's say the test email, the fourth one, you can just put it into the demo folder.
Yeah, you would just drag it like that.
Yep.
And drop it.
And now it's assigned. So also that it's a nice functionality. And
also, a lot of times you need to collaborate with people on your emails, right? So instead of just forwarding emails all over the place and having to keep up with multiple threads, what you can do is go down here and you can mention someone. And this is all internal. So the clients on the email are not going to see this. So I could put here, I can tag Lior in this email and say, please review this. And then also, if I click auto share future emails, if this client were to respond to my email and send another one, Lior will also receive those now moving forward. So I can share that with him. And then there's also another feature here. So you can click to refuse other invites. So that means that Lior cannot add anyone else to the comments here. It's only between him and I.
So if you think about this feature, it's worth moving to Zoho by itself. Just that. When emails coming in, about half of my emails will need to have some kind of a communication or conversation with someone. I will, from Gmail, I will forward it to this person. They will answer, they will reply to me. There is always back and forth. In this case, you have one email and a conversation around it that is being saved and logged in one place. So you differentiate between the emails and the conversations. Right. You can also take notes whenever you are receiving an email. You can
yeah, you can click add related notes and it'll put it in your notes. So if there's a note you need to add to this email, you can do it directly from here.
Super useful. Those small things are all about productivity. Also, by the way, you can see that the email, it's part of a tab system. If you will click now on new mail, you will see that the new mail is being created as a new tab. So instead of having multiple browser tabs, you have just more tabs inside the application. You are always inside one space versus opening many more screens.
And then also, with the comments here, let's say you want to see all of the different comments that you have on email threads. We have streams up here. So if I click on home, it'll show me all of the different streams I have, the different invites, mentions, favorites, attachments. So all of that's going to be in one place as well. So you can see all of your history.
On the right side, you will have the settings on the top right. We are not going to go into the settings, but you will have everything that you need in order to manage your mailbox. for sure everything that you will have in Gmail and much more. Also, you will have on the right side the calendar, you will have the attachments. So if you click on attachments, for example, it's also very cool because you can see attachments that were received from emails that you exchanged. So it's
Right.
one place to manage all of them.
And it splits it up. So you have images and documents. Usually images are coming from people's signatures, but in any case, you can see them split up by category too. So that helps you pinpoint what you're looking to find.
Also on the right side, you will have all the small icons on the right side, and those will be your integrations. You can have up to 5 integrations in this area. So let's say if you will go to one of the emails, as an example, let's assume that this email is a lead that came from someone. I can click on Zoho CRM, and that will automatically open it, will parse the email, and then it will ask me if I want to create it as a lead or a contact. In this case, it's not a person, so the first name and last name are empty. Okay, it says the last name is no
There's
reply.
no reply.
But because it's not a person. But if it was a person, you will have the first name, last name, sometimes the company, you will have the email address, and you can click save, and then it's being saved as a lead or as a contact.
Right.
So from the email, I can create contacts. I can also create Zoho project tasks. I can create support tickets in Zoho Desk. I can upload files to Work Drive. I can create a meeting, lots and lots of abilities, everything from one space. I know that everything I told you, you're saying, yeah, but I can do it also with Gmail. Yeah, but you will also click 50 more times in order to get there. So this is very, very efficient.
So we also wanted to show you today Zoho Trident. So I'm going to pull this over from my other screen. So Zoho Trident is pretty cool. It's an application that you will actually have on your computer. So it's not in the browser, but you have all of the options that you have in Zoho Mail in this application. I know some people do prefer that, like Outlook has an application like that. So that's also an option with Zoho, and it has your calendar here. It has your click messages right here underneath it. And then again, you have all of the options that you had before with your task and your calendar all in one place. And it's a pretty sleek application. I like it.
Yeah, this is nice. There is also something called Workplace. So Workplace is also an aggregator of multiple Zoho applications. If you will click there, we'll see how it looks like. So you can see there that on the top, you will have Mail, Click, Meetings, Writer, and so on. All those applications are part of Zoho Workplace. So if it was a live system, obviously we can't show you the live system because you will see live data. But if you will click on Mail, on Click, and Meeting, the screen will change and it will show you the application itself. So from one screen, I can take a meeting, an online meeting. I can check my files on Work Drive. I can go to my intranet on Zoho Connect. I can create a document, communicate with my team member, answer emails. It's all from one space.
And I like the home screen, this nice little dashboard that they put together for you. So you can see your click messages, your emails, your calendar. You can see it all on one screen.
And it's also customizable, that you can change as you want those widgets to anything that you want in any order that you want in any size. Also, Zoho Mail will come with a light and dark mode. Some people will like more the dark, some people light. So you can do it as well. Let's talk a little bit about the system itself. So first of all, it's super secure, HIPAA compliant, all the ISOs, fully compliant system, the same way that you would have any government grade system. There are also multiple governments already working with Zoho. I do know that in India, there are many government offices that they changed Google Mail, and they're working with Zoho Mail. So that's something that I know for sure. Also, you have Zoho Mail in specific countries. So let's say that I am, let's say, in Australia. Australia will not want to have their data being shared with the US because this is where you have most of the servers. Zoho will have servers that will reside in the same country that data will not be shared, which means governments and big corporations can work with the Zoho systems, which is a big upside. In addition, whenever you would like to move from Gmail, let's say, or Outlook to Zoho, the process on the Zoho side is easy. The problem is the other systems. Whenever you're starting the migration process, let's say Google, for example, you will need to open so many permissions on Google to create the migration, because obviously they don't want you to leave.
Right.
That's what's becoming difficult. So just having the migration itself on the Zoho side, it's one page with 4 fields that you need to fill. You click enter and it should work. The problem is that when you're trying and it's not working, what's next? And this is where most of your time will go. You can or contact Zoho for some help with the migration. They will help you. Or you can use companies like us or other companies to do the migration. And that will save you some time. The bigger you are, the more I recommend you to go to a partner for the migration. It's not that it's difficult. It's time consuming. We've been through so much shit already that we know where not to go and what not to do and what is the process and the steps for everything. And as long as those migrations works fine, it's easy. The problem is those one at a time problems that delay you. So bottom line, if you're a bigger organization, I recommend you to use any partner out there, Zoho partner, and they can help you with the migration. There is one more very nice feature, and that's the relay. So let's say that right now I am with 100 mailboxes on Gmail. I want to move only half of them. This is impossible with most companies because whenever you're moving a domain, you move the entire domain. With Zoho Mail, you can move some domains to be on Google and some mailboxes from the same domain to be on Zoho and some on Gmail. So when, for example, we are migrating a big organization, we are migrating few mailboxes at a time because we don't want to create a shock to the organization. And then we are moving them in batches, and that works fine. Also, there is one more thing that I really like. Let's say that I'm on Outlook or any other mailbox. It's irrelevant. I can use Zoho Mail until the point that I want to move to Zoho Mail. So my emails are actually stored on Outlook while I am using Zoho Mail and its functionality. And only when I'm happy with it and I think that this is the application for me, only then I can move to Zoho Mail. So that's also a nice feature that really people like. So Carol, that's it, I think. I don't have any more big points for Zoho Mail. Do you have something in mind?
No, I think that covers everything.
So thank you, everybody. Have a beautiful day.